Guten Tag. This is how you say hi in German. So please say it to us.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Yeah. Alright, so you're gonna introduce what you're gonna do today.
Alright, today's presentation is divided into 4 parts. First, she's gonna introduce about entertainment in Germany. And second, I'm gonna introduce about education in Germany. And third, Kaho is gonna introduce about technology in Germany. And last but not least, Takayuki is gonna introduce sports in Germany.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on.
Okay. So, yeah, I will talk about entertainment as he said. I will focus on music and food and drinks, so mainly about music and food culture in Germany. Let's talk about German music first. And this is a chart I found on the internet about German music charts. And I found a very interesting fact. Most of the top 5 music most of them are American music, I found, and only one. This song is by a girl from Denmark. So most of the music came from foreign countries in Germany. Yeah, and also my friends told me in Germany most of the clubs and discos they play American music. They don't play German music anymore. So I thought this is very interesting to know the fact, and I also found a music chart and this is showing that the truth. Alright, and then I would like to introduce one of very popular band in Germany, and they are all German people, young kids, and there are 4 of them, and this is a pop rock band founded 2001 in Germany, and they actually very famous around Europe, and not only Europe. After they become famous in Europe, they went to America, they went to Mexico, they went to some African countries and also Asia, and they've been popular for after 2006 since they won the music awards in Germany, but they finally came to Japan December 2010, and I would like to introduce why the name is Tokyo. It sounds like a Tokyo, right? Right. Actually, Tokyo means in Germany that means Tokyo. We say they call Tokyo Tokyo in German, and so they really like Tokyo. That's why they named Tokyo. And also hotel. It means if they become popular as a band, they will probably like tour around the world and they have to stay at the hotel. It's like a hotel lifestyle, so that's why it's like they're like hope and what they like. That's why they made Tokyo Hotel. And yeah, they won 102 hours already, and they've been pretty popular around the world, not only in Germany. And also it's interesting because in Europe, everything's so close to each other, like Germany, Italy, Spain, or some other countries. So that's why they became popular in Europe and won lots of hours in every countries. Yeah. So I like to talk about music event in Germany, and actually in Berlin, it's very popular for techno music is very popular in Berlin, and this is one of the most popular music events in Germany. It is called Night Parade, and it used to be held in Berlin, but because of the noise and everything, because Berlin is quite a big city, so they moved to the suburb in Germany. So they're having this event pretty far away from the city right now, but it's very still popular among the young people who likes electronic music and techno and house music, and also the many young people coming from every countries, especially European countries like Italy and Austria, those kind of countries next to Germany. And also they started about 10 years years ago, and they already held so many times these years. But last year there's an accident in this event. About 21 people died in this event because of too many people came and just they crashed each other, and so they're still thinking about having a next event. They're still discussing about it. So that'd be sad if there's no those kind of good big new music event in Germany. So I'd love to go next time if I have a chance. And this is the one picture from the event. They dress up like crazy makeup, and they just enjoy the parade in Germany. Yeah. So this is interesting. And also I want to talk about classic music. There's many young German students who wants to study orchestra and classic music. Those are very three famous classic music German people in old days. And this is Beethoven, Bach and Brahms, Johannes. Those three people are very popular long time ago in Germany, and they made music, and that's why German orchestra music are very popular in Germany even nowadays. Alright, so this another event is Oktoberfest. This is the very largest event in Germany. It's held in Munich every year since 1810 years. And this is not only for beer, also they present traditional Germany foods like this is cheese pasta and pretzel, and this is a picture of the Oktoberfest. And I want to talk about a little bit about drinks and food in Germany. There's so many brands of beer in Germany, and it's actually when you become 14 you can drink beer and wine with their parents, but if you become 16 you can drink without parents, and also if you become 18 you can start drinking all kinds of drinks. So compared to Japan, it's very I think it's very early age for them to start drinking. And last I want to talk about Haribo. I think everybody knows about this, right? Could you please raise a hand if you know this? Yeah. Alright, so this is it's founded in 1920 and the biggest famous gum and jelly sweets in the world. And it's sold in more than 100 countries nowadays. So it's pretty much everywhere, like even in Japan. Right, thank you. This is my presentation.
Alright, thank you, Ryoko. Next, Yasto, I'm going to introduce about education in Germany. So, the current situation in Japan, there are a lot of students who deny to go to school, shut-ins in Japan, but in Germany it is pretty strict. So, if the student denies school education and if they just stay in the home, it causes, if the refusal detected children, they are enforced to go to school without choice. And guardians, parents, they will be punished. They have to pay penalty fee for the, making children don't go to school. And it is actually caused by no educational reforms, just in Germany. Next, I'm going to talk about compulsory education. So, it is pretty similar to Japan. Age of 6 and 15. But the primary education, in Japan we have 6 years in primary school, but in Germany we only have 4 years in Germany. So it's pretty short, I say. And at the 4th grade, at the last semester of the 4th grade, they will take an interview in December, and they will start to register in February for their future course, which way they want to go to. Yeah, it's about middle school, but they have a lot of choices in Germany. not like Japan. They a lot of students decide to go to public middle school, but in Germany there are a lot of different schools in Germany, so they have a lot of choices. And after that, as you can see, no entering the examination for school, so good news is for some student. And yeah, let's move on. All right, Grancho. Sorry for my awkward pronunciation, but it is a primary school in Germany, and it starts between 7:30 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. So pretty similar to Japan. We start school at 8:30. But the difference is the school finish at noon, so 12 o'clock. So they only have like 4 hours in school, in primary school. And they don't have any lunchtime, so they don't have time to talk with their friends. And the bicycle is allowed in Germany, primary school. So it's pretty convenient for students to go to school, even though it's far away from the school. And good news is no homework during vacation. So in Japan we are we get suffered by a lot of homeworks and these long vacations. So good news is the German student. And next I'm going to talk about middle school in Germany. Okay, there are typically 3 types of middle schools, and first I'm going to introduce these 2 main middle school in Germany. The first one is called Hauptschule. So this is like a basic school in Germany. It's up to 5 to 10th grade, and this is after you graduate, after you decided to go to this school, and after you graduate this school, you have qualification to go to the trade school for 2 or 3 years, and after you go to the trade school, you get a job. And the second one is called Realschule. So this one is more like practical school. It is more like advanced skilled school in Germany, and it is also up to 5 to 10th graders. And if you graduate this Realschule, now you have qualification to go to the Fachhochschule, so like more advanced school. You run just like people got to be here. They run about like advanced technologies. And next I'm going to talk about gymnasium. So this is high school in Germany, and this is a third choice for student in Germany to pick at their primary school. So this one is open for 5 to 10th grade and also 11th to 13th grade. So 5 to 10th grade, it is called second staff, and 11th to 13th it is called second staff 2. And at this school, they'll have qualification to take an examination for Abitur. So the Abitur is the qualification for entering university. And in this school, it is graded by 1 to 6, and 1 is excellent and 6 is fail. So different from Japan, we have 5 is excellent and 1 is fail. So, and after 10th grade, actually, if you want to quit this school, go ahead, and if you have at least this mutual wave, so it is a qualification that you graduated at least middle school in the the 5 to 10th grade second stuff in this school. All right. So now I'm gonna introduce some private school in Germany. Alright, surprisingly, there are a school called Steiner School in Germany. It's open for 1 to 12 graders. And good news is no failing, so you don't have to worry about how many times you absent from classes, just like ECs. And at this private school, there's a class for Abitur, so qualification for entering university. So if you take this class and you get a qualification for Abitur, so you can then enter university. And there are also private school called Gesamtschule. It is also open for 1 to 12 graders. So this school is also a comprehensive school, and this school is actually influenced by Steiner School. And this one is actually brand new in Germany. Okay, last but not least, I'm gonna introduce university in Germany. Alright, so as I said before, Abitur, if you have an Abitur qualification for entering the university, and it is actually available for forever, so you can enter university anytime you want unless you have Abitur. And majority are state university in Germany, and less private university in Germany. Not like Kansei Gakuin University up here, and no school fee. So, good news is for for parents too, because they don't have to pay any school fee. But sometimes in case they have to pay $500 in Germany, $500 for school fee, but this is a rare case in Germany actually. And the university they mainly go to 5 to 6 years, so 10 to 12 semesters. Alright, the next couple is going to introduce technology culture in Germany.
I tell you Germany technology culture. So I researched the Germany technology, but I don't got a good idea. So, but I noticed Germany use people like similar to Japanese people. So maybe you use smartphone or SNS. So it's like Germany. German people use SNS and smartphone. In Germany, SNS is third part of citizen. So almost all Japanese people use SNS, but they don't know until 2005 years. They don't know SNS. So these years, they know SNS more and more. So, now SNS is a normal networking tool for German people, especially young people. And old age people use SNS. So, for example, German people visit NET for it's called Partnet and WorkNet NDE and Facebook and Twitter. Maybe you know Twitter or Facebook. They use these SNS. I will focus on Partnet site. It's the most biggest SNS social networking service for Germany. So use over 17.5 million people. And distinguished generation. 3 kinds of Partnet there is. For junior high school or high school student, Partnet networker, and university student and working people for Partnet, and for working people, means Partnet. So 3 kind of Partnet.
サイト。These days, Mixi cooperate with some other countries' social networking sites. Cooperate with Lanlan in Chinese and Sea World in Korea. So, and this Fastnet site, Mixi cooperate with Fastnet site. So, why the Mixi cooperate with another country's site is share platform to communicate and to easy global launch. So, if another country's social networking cooperate with, so you can use another. It is easy to cooperate to communicate to another country, the people. And maybe you have a lot of smartphone, and German people have a lot of smartphone. As you look, it is similar is your smartphone. Main communicator service company is T-Mobile and Vodafone and O2 and E+. In Japanese, Docomo, SoftBank, au, and so on. So, and maker is Nokia and HTC and BlackBerry. In Japanese, Panasonic, Fujitsu, and so on. So, Japanese people use smartphone for SNS, and it is similar to German use people SNS for smartphone.
Alright, thank you, Kaho. So lastly, Takayuki is going to introduce sports in Germany.
Okay, I will talk about sports of Germany. Why I choose this topic is because sports is played by young people, and Germany has many famous sports, and there are many sports clubs in the German school. So young people has a strong connection with sports. Soccer is the most famous sports in Germany. The German Football Federation counts the number of members over 63 million people. It is 3 times higher, bigger than other countries. And Germany Germany is strong in the FIFA World Cup. Germany has become a champion 3 times, and Germany get second prize 4 times. Germany have a very good goalkeeper. For example, Oliver Kahn or Bodo Ikruna and Jens Lehmann. Oliver Kahn is very famous around the world. So Germany is very strongly cricket. Okay. And Germany is winter sports is also very famous in Germany. Winter sports, ski and snowboard and ice hockey is very famous. And there was Winter Olympic near the border of Austria. Germany is the #1 country. The amount of the they get medal in the Olympic. Motorsports is also famous in Germany. Germany has a big car industry. And for example, Mercedes-Benz is very famous. So motorsports is very traditional sports in Germany. It is very, it was it is very good sports. There are many motorsports competitions in Germany. F1 Germany, for example, F1 Germany Grand Prix and 24 hours race. It is very hard race. Driver runs 24 hours. And Touring race is very famous race in Germany. And
Okay, so that's about the sports in Germany. Thank you, Takayuki. Alright, to conclude, so this, lot of aspects of Germany is very different from Japan, and I discovered there are a lot of possibilities for especially children, that they have a lot of choices to go, discover what they want to do in the future, and so therefore they can get more like advanced career. Yeah, so different from Japan. Yeah, that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay, questions?
I mean,
I thought the school system is very complicated. And how many years do people have to go to school?
So the so compulsory, so 6 to 15. Yeah, just like in Japan, after you graduate middle school, you don't have to go to school. You can get a job.
Youth people like us don't go to school. Like many like how many people?
How many people?
Like about
I don't know about the exact number of the people who goes to university, but I'm sure a lot of students decide to go to university. So therefore, at the primary school, they decide to go to the school called gymnasium. So it's yeah.
Any questions?
Oh yes, there's
Yeah.
questions.
Alright.
I'm interested in education. So you said no homework in the vacation. So is that more long vacation than Japan?
So I didn't research about that. I don't know how many is the some vacation in the vacation. So
Thank you.
I don't know the exact answer, but generally, schools around the world, university, about 8 months out of the year, 8 to 9 months.
Right.
Generally, semesters are between 14 and 17 weeks. So that gives young people time during the breaks to have a part-time job,
Yeah.
to spend time with their family. And many Germans have the opportunity to travel after they finish high school. Can I, oh, sorry.
How do you know like Tokyo Hotel is famous in Japan?
Have you researched that?
Yeah, I googled about music in Germany, and there's many of them like orchestra people and those kind of music, but for the young people, among young people, Tokyo Hotel is very popular. It's said, so it just came with the name fast. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
And also I've heard of them before. So
really?
yeah,
Have you ever heard that
huh?
music?
Yeah. They both sing in German and English, so
Oh,
that's why it's
wow.
interesting. Very smart people. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
About sports in Germany, I noticed that you talked about motorsports.
Yeah.
Do a lot of young people, this is a global youth culture course. A lot of young people, do they drive motorsports?
Young people see F1 race. They get interesting to see race.
They go to see the race, I see. Thank you.
I want to ask you, Yoko.
Yes.
What is the Oktoberfest?
It's beer fest. It's held in Munich, as I told you, and it's very popular for everyone. Like I had one of my friends said there's many Japanese people there. It's held for 2 weeks, and they sell beer and only German beer, and also German traditional food, like I said, britzel, pork, and turkey slice, good food. Yeah, 5 million people coming for 2 weeks. Yeah, every year. Yeah.
About music,
Yes.
Germany.
Big voice for the question on the camera.
How many people visit Love Parade?
Think about 150,000 million. 150 in Japan 150 万 people. Help me. 150 万 people coming every year, and they have couple days events, and they dance and listen music non-stop for a couple days.
1.5 million.
So our people sorry, yeah, for coming everywhere. Yeah.
Can I ask about education? Do they have the examination audio in Japanese 受験戦争 like in Korea and Japan or China?
No, they don't have it because there's a qualification called Abitur, as I mentioned before. So if you have this qualification, then you can go enter university anytime.
Oh.
No such a
Pressure.
chicken sense.
Yeah. Masa.
Yoko, you said in German chart, music chart,
Yeah.
most of them are American,
Yeah.
from American musics.
Yeah.
But I guess there are many German bands.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Why do you think they're more interested in American?
It's a good question. I think not only Germany, every country, like, it's very American music are popular in every country. And I think especially in Germany, most of them speak quite good English, and they're very interested in American culture and stuff, like even British. And when I went to Germany, everyone spoke English to me, so I was surprised. And also they talk about American music a lot among friends. So I think they're just interested in like American music, and I think they have good music as well in America, in my opinion. So,
Right.
yeah, that was good. That's a good question. Yeah.
Last question, is it okay? Does anyone else want to ask a question? Okay. When I was in New Zealand, I met a lot of people from Germany traveling,
Yeah.
and they mentioned to me that I wondered, well, how do you have time to travel?
Right.
Okay, and they said, well, we just finished education and they have, before they start university, like they have their exam time,
Yeah.
and before they start university, they have a year if they want to, or two. Do you know if in Germany that young people have to do military service?
Yeah.
Can you
I've
tell
heard-
us about that?
What do you mean? Yes.
Military
Yeah,
service,
yeah.
like what, do you happen to know anything about that?
Yeah. One of my friends were in the military because he had to be in the military. He said, and when he graduated from high school, I think he went there for half a year, and spent time. Yeah.
I see.
So I think for the guys they have to be in the military, right? Is
Oh,
it true?
I'm not sure.
Alright.
I said I thought you guys might know.
I didn't search about it. But, yeah. I've had one of my friends went there and spent time there.
Alright, thank you very much.